Welcome to the online mathematics class. In last lecture, we have seen operations on like surds. Mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division can be done on like surds. Today, we will see rationalization of surd. Suppose we are having surd under root 2. If we multiply this under root 2 by another surd under root 2, then we get under root 2 multiplied by under root 2 is equal to 2. And here we get 2 as a rational number. 2 as a rational number. Then this under root 2 is a rationalizing factor of this under root 2, or this under root 2 is a rationalizing factor of this under root 2. See, if the product of two surds, product means multiplication, if the product of two surds is a rational number, then each surd is called a rationalizing factor of the other surd. If the product of two surd is a rational number, see, rational number, then each surd is called a rationalizing factor of the other surd. That means we're having surd under root 2 and we multiply by under root 2 by under root 2, then we're having 2 as a rational number. Then we're having 2 as a rational number. That means if the product of two surds means multiplication of two surds is a rational number, here we are getting a rational number, then each surd is called a rationalizing factor of the other surd. It means this under root 2 is a rationalizing factor of this under root 2, or this under root 2 is rationalizing factor of this under root 2. See example number 1. If under root 2 is multiplied by under root 2, that means product of two surds, we get under root 2 multiplied by under root 2 is equal to into the square root 2 multiplied by 2, and 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, and square root of 4 is 2. It is very simple. So we are having 2 as a rational number, and if we get the product of two surds is a rational number, then each surd is called a rationalizing factor of the other surd. Then the under root 2 is a rationalizing factor of under root 2. If we multiply under root 2, this is a surd, by under root 8, if we multiply it by under root 2 by under root 8, then see, into the square root we can write 2 multiplied by 8, and then we having 8 to the 16 into the square root, and we know that the square root of 16 is 4, and 4 is a rational number. That means if we multiplied by under root 2 by under root 8, if we multiplied under root 2 by under root 8, then we are getting the 4 as a rational number. Then this under root 2, this under root 8 is a rationalizing factor of this under root 2. Under root 8 is a rationalizing factor of under root 2. In last example we have seen that under root 2 is the rationalizing factor of under root 2, and now here under root 8 is a rationalizing factor of under root 2. If we multiplied under root 2 by 8 multiplied by under root 2, under root 2 is surd and this is also surd, and if we are multiplying under root 2 by 8 multiplied by under root 2, then see, under root 2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by under root 2. Now we can write 8 multiplied by into under root 2 multiplied by 2, then 8 multiplied by, and under square root 4 is there, and 8 multiplied by square root of 4 is 2, 8 to the 16, and here 16 is rational number. That means this 8 under root 2 is also a rationalizing factor of under root 2. See one more example. Find the rationalizing factor of square root of 27. Here we have to find the rationalizing factor of square root of 27. So square root of 27 can be written 9 multiplied by 3, because 27 is equal to 9 multiplied by 3. 9 3s are 27. We can write 27 is equal to 9 multiplied by 3. So we are having in square root 9 multiplied by 3, and square root into square root 9 multiplied by 3. Then here we can write under root of 9 multiplied by under root of 3, and under root of 9 is 3 multiplied by root 3. Therefore we are having 3 multiplied by root 3, and 3 multiplied by root 3 is a simplest form of square root of 27. 3 multiplied by root 3 is a simplest form of under root 27. Now here we have to find out the rationalizing factor. So now multiply by root 3 to this 3 multiplied by root 3. Multiply by root 3 to 3 multiplied by root 3. Then we are having 3 multiplied by root 3 multiplied by root 3. And root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3, because we know that root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3. And here 3 multiplied by 3 is there. So 3 3 is 9. So 9 is the rational number. Therefore this under root 3 is a rationalizing factor of square root of 27. Here first of all we find the simplest form of square root of 27, and then we are going to find rationalizing factor of square root of 27. So we are having the simplest form 3 multiplied by root 3, and then we multiplied 3 square root multiplied by square root 3 by square root 3, and then square root 3 multiplied by square root 3 is 3. Therefore we are having, and this 3 is as it is. Then we are having 3 multiplied by 3, and 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, and 9 is the rational number. So this and square root 3 is a rationalizing factor of 3 multiplied by root 3. Now we are having the simplest form of square root of 27 is 3 under root 3. If we multiply this 3 under root 3 by 3 under root 3, see, if we multiply 3 under root 3 by 3 under root 3, then see, this square root of 3 multiplied by square root of 3 is 3, and this 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So 9 multiplied by 3, and we are having 27, and 27 is a rational number. So 3 multiplied by root 3 is a rationalizing factor of this 3 multiplied by root 3. See, square root of 27 is 3 multiplied by root 3, and now multiplying 3 root 3 by 3 root 3. Then we are having 3 multiplied by root 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by root 3. Root 3 multiplied by root 3 is 3, and 3 3 is 9. 9 3 is 27. So the 27 is a rational number. Then this 3 root 3 is a rationalizing factor of square root of 27. Similarly, 4 square root of 3, 7 multiplied by square root of 3 are also the rationalizing factor of square root of 27. Example 4. Rationalize the denominator of 1 upon square root of 5. Here we have to rationalize the denominator. Denominator is square root of 5, and here we have to rationalize the denominator of 1 upon square root of 5. So for this, here write the given example 1 upon root 5, and here we have to rationalize this denominator. So here we multiply this numerator by root 5 and this denominator by root 5. That means multiply by root 5 to this numerator and this denominator. Then we having 1 multiplied by root 5 is root 5, and root 5 multiplied by root 5, that is 5, and 5 is a rational number. That means the square root of 5 is the rationalizing factor of square root of 5. In such examples, multiply numerator and denominator by the denominator's number, the same number. Here 1 upon root 5 is there, then we multiplied here numerator and denominator by root 5 upon root 5. See one more example. Rationalize the denominator of 1 upon root 5. Here we have to rationalize the denominator only. Denominator is root 5. So here for such examples, see 1 upon root 5 and we have to rationalize the denominator only. So multiply by numerator and denominator. Multiply by numerator and denominator by the same number which is in denominator. See, multiply by numerator by root 5 and the denominator by root 5. Then we are having 1 multiplied by root 5 is root 5 and root 5 multiplied by root 5, that is 5, and 5 is a rational number, so the required answer is root 5 upon 5. Example number 5. Rationalize the denominator of 3 upon 2 multiplied by root 7. Here for such examples, see, multiply by numerator and denominator by the same number which is in denominator. So we are here multiplying numerator and denominator by 2 multiplied by root 7. Then we are having 3 upon 2 multiplied by root 7 multiplied by 2 root 7 upon 2 root 7, multiplying numerator by 2 root 7 and denominator 2 root 7. Then 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7 upon 2 to the 4 and root 7 multiplied by root 7, that is 7. Root 7 multiplied by root 7 is 7. So here we are having 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by root 7 upon 4 multiplied by 7. Now 2 to the 1 and 2 to the 4. Then we are having 3 multiplied by root 7 in numerator and in denominator 2 multiplied by 7 and 2 7s are 14. So we are having in next step we are having 3 multiplied by root 7 upon 2 multiplied by 7 and 2 7s are 14. So we are having 3 square root of 7 upon 14. We are going to start practice set 2.3. Question number 1. State the order of the surds given below. Here we have to state the order of the surds. Sub question first. Cube root of 7 is given and we have to state the order of this surd. So here order of surd is 3. It is very simple. Sub question second. 5 multiplied by square root of 12. 5 multiplied by square root of 12. So here the order of surd is 2 because here square root of 2 is given. So square root of 12 is given. So the order of this surd is only 2. Sub question 4. Fourth root of 10. Then the order of surd is 4. Here square root of 39 in fourth sub question fourth, square root of 39. So order of the surd is, it is the square root of 39, so order of surd is 2. And sub question 5, cube root of 18. Cube root of 18, so order of the surd is 3. Second example, state which of the following are surds and justify. Here some surds are, some examples are given and we have to find which of them are surds and we have to justify our answer. Sub question first, cube root of 51. Here given is cube root of 51. So cube root of 51 is a surd because cube root of 51 is an irrational number. So we can say that cube root of 51 is a surd. We know that if a is a positive number and if we take the nth root of a and that will be the x, and that x is an irrational number, then we can say that this nth root of a is a surd. So here 51 is a positive number, and the cube root of 51 we are getting as a irrational number, so we can say that cube root of 51 is a surd. See, sub question second, fourth root of 16. Fourth root of 16. So here fourth root of 16 is not a surd, because see, fourth root of 16 is 2, and 2 is a rational number, it is not a irrational number. So the fourth root of 16 is not a surd, because the fourth root of 16 is 2, and 2 is not an irrational number, because 2 is a rational number. So we can say that square root of fourth root of 16 is not a surd. Sub question third, cube root of 81. Cube root of 81. So cube root of 81 is a surd, because cube root of 81 is an irrational number. Cube root of 81 is an irrational number. 81 is a positive number, and when we are taking the cube root of 81, then cube root of 81 is an irrational number. So we can say that cube root of 81 is a surd. Fourth example, square root of 256. See, square root of 256 is not a surd, because we know that square root of 256 is 17, or 16 square is 256. So we can say that here 16 is a rational number, so we can say that the square root of 256 is not a surd. Sub question 5th, cube root of 64. Cube root of 64. So cube root of 64 is not a surd, because cube root of 64 is 4. See, 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 it is 64. Cube of 4 is 64. So cube root of 64 is 4, and 4 is a rational number. So the cube root of 64 is not a surd. Example number 6, square root of 22 upon 7. Here 22 upon 7 is a positive number, and when we are taking the square root of 22 upon 7, then square root of 22 upon 7 is an irrational number. Then we can say that the square root of 22 upon 7 is a surd. Example number 3, classify the given pair of surds into like surds and unlike surds. Into like surds and unlike surds. Some pairs are given, and we have to classify into like surds and unlike surds. If the order of the surds and the radicands are equal, then the surds are like surds. We know that if the order of the surds and the radicands are equal, then the surds are like surds. See, sub question first, square root of 52 and 5 multiplied by square root of 13. This pair is given. So first of all, we will write the simplest form of square root of 52. So we can write square root of 52 is equal to square root of 4 multiplied by 13, because we can write 52 as 4 multiplied by 13. So into square root 4 multiplied by 13, and next square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 13, and we know that the square root of 4 is 2, then we are having 2 multiplied by 13. Now 2 multiplied by 13 is the simplest form of square root of 52. So here we are having 2 multiplied by square root 13, and another surd is 5 under root 13. Now we will check these two surds are equal or not. See, here order of this given two surds are 2. Order of the given two surds is 2, because here square root of 13 and square root of 13. So order of these two surds is 2, and the radicand is 13, and radicand are also equal. Then we can say that the given pair of surds are like surds. Here the order of surds 2 root 13 and the 5 root 13 is 2, and the radicands are 13, and here order of surds and the radicands are equal. Then we can say that square root of 52 and 5 square root of 13 are like surds. If the order of surd and the radicand are equal, then we can say that the given surds are like surds. So first of all, write down the simplest form and then check order of surd and radicands. Here square root of 68 and 5 square root of 3 is given. So square root of 68, we can write the simplest form of square root of 68. We can write 68 as 4 multiplied by 17. Then we are having into square root 4 multiplied by 17. Next, square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 17, and square root of 4 is 2. Then we are having 2 multiplied by square root of 17. Now 2 multiplied by square root of 17 is the simplest form of square root of 68. Now we are having surds 2 multiplied by 17 and 5 multiplied by square root of 3. So here order of surds is 2. Order of both surds is 2, but the radicands are different. Here radicand is 3 and here radicand is 17. So the order of surd is equal, but radicands are not equal. Therefore the given two surds are unlike surds. Here order of surd is equal, but the radicands are not equal. Therefore the given pair of surds are unlike surds. Subquestion third, 4 multiplied by square root of 18 and 7 multiplied by square root of 2. So first of all, write down the simplest form of 4 multiplied by square root of 18. 4 multiplied by square root of 18 is equal to 18 can be written 9 multiplied by 2. So here in next step 4 multiplied by square root of 9 multiplied by 2. So next 4 multiplied by square root of 9 multiplied by square root of 2, and we know that the square root of 9 is 3. Then 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by square root of 2, and 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Then we are having 12 multiplied by square root of 2. It is the simplest form of 4 multiplied by square root of 18. Now we are having 12 multiplied by square root 2 and 7 multiplied by square root 2. These two surds. Now order of surd is 2 and the radicand are also equal. See here radicand is 2 and here radicand is 2. So the order of surd and the radicands are equal. Then we can say that the given pair of surd is like surds. See here the order of surd is 4 square root of 18 and 7 square root of 2 is 2, and their radicands are 2. Here radicand is 2 and here radicand is 2, and order of the given surds is also 2. So the given pair of surds is like surds. Try to solve example subquestion 4, subquestion 5 and subquestion 6.